Welcome students in this session of Physics New Era channel. Today unlock the knowledge using Physics New Era. In that one we are going to know about a new topic, that is mechanical
Properties
properties
of
of fluid.
solids.
Our topic is quite simple, but the conceptual view as follows. As the first view we are going to take for the interatomic distance. Seems to be knowing all the atoms are compactly arranged in case of solids, but we are seems to be considered a distance between these two. Depending upon the distance, the interatomic we say forces also act. As the lesser is the atomic we say distance between the atoms, and there is a larger the force of attraction between these two. Just like this, here it is the animation which shows the interatomic molecules, how they react, how they act, how they attract each other. Just like this, here it is nothing but interatomic forces which are acting in between the different atoms. So seems to be considered once again one another we say force which is acting inwardly in case of forces which affects the interatomic forces which are acting each other. One sort of force which is known as a we say uh, one sort of force, that is a cohesive kind of force, and then later on we have the adhesive force. Now seems to be knowing all that, here cohesive force and adhesive force is as follows. As we are going to consider the force of attraction between two similar kind of molecule, which is shown here, it is a similar kind of molecules. Here the forces between these two is a cohesive kind of force which also affect the interatomic we say forces acting on each other. Now the next is a adhesive kind of force. Adhesive force is a force which is in between two dissimilar kind of molecules. Seems to be knowing the diagram which is shown there. These are the similar kind of molecules. Here it is, similar kind of molecule and dissimilar kind of molecule. So this will also affect the force of attraction between these two. Now the next concept that we are going to know is your deformation. Change in the dimension of a body due to external force is called as a deformation. But how the dimension changes due to the application of force? If the equivalent opposite force it is applied, that may changes the dimension of the body. But if the force is only unidirectional or one directional force, it will tends to move that body. So here it is the change in the dimension of a body due to external force which is acting. How it is so? Let us see this. Here the upper, this red one, see the forces which are acting, here it is. This red one indicates what kind of forces these are. Here, here a force which is acting, here it is. It is a force which is tangentially acting on the body from the upward position, whereas the lower, that is frictional force, opposes that force which is applied on the upward side. This is the frictional force on the surface, and hence equal and opposite force tend to change the dimension of the body, and hence the change in the dimension of body due to this external force is known as we say deformation. Here it is the deformation. Once again see the image, how the forces is acting, how the dimension it will change. This is the deformation, that is change in the dimension of body due to external force. But one more conclusion that we are going to draw, that is deformation is directly proportional to deforming force. What amount of force which is applied to change the dimension exactly is the deforming force. Let us see the deforming force. Here it is deforming force. So deforming force, a force by which the dimension of the body changes, and accordingly as the deforming force is more is the deformation. Hence this is the concluding part. But how deformation will take place at two different positions of the forces which are applied on the body. If the force which is applied normally on the body, here it is normally on the body, here it is the normal force which is acting on the body, and it is a tangential force on the top, it is shown here. So here it is the forces which are acting there. So here it is the deformation which is acting. A normal force which is acting on the body causes deformation, hence there is a change in the shape of the body. Here it is shown. Here is the compression, it will take place. But here, in case of tangential force, there is a shear, means a change in the shape of the body. It will take place due to the application of force tangentially. Hence, we are going to know about the next one, that is a concept regarding the elastic body. What exactly is the elastic body? Body which get deformed due to application of deforming force. As the deforming force is removed, body regain its original dimension, is called elastic body. Example for that one is the rubber, diamond. All metals possesses such a elastic property. Here it is shown how the elastic property it works. Here it is a deforming force which is applied by the two fingers, and accordingly the rubber it will change, or it will again deform, and deforming force is released, it will regain its original shape. Here it is. It is about elastic body. Next is a plastic body. A body get deformed when deforming force is removed and not regain its original dimension is a plastic body. As we know, the plastic name itself indicate any plasticine is the best example for the plastic body. Now the next concept that we are going to know is a stress. As we know the stress means one sort of force which is applied on a body on a unit area, or internal restoring force per unit area is known as a stress. Here it is. Stress can be explained with the help of formula, that is internal restoring force. As we know, there is an attractive kind of force, or cohesive kind of force, or adhesive kind of force, or intermolecular distance that also affect the internal restoring force. Hence, stress is equal to internal restoring force per unit area. This is nothing but your stress. See here is diagram or animation which is shown there. As force which is applied from the both the sides causes we say stress on the body, and due to which again it will restore, it will regain, and hence it shows the elastic property of that material. Stress which is applied on the elastic body, and hence there is a again regaining of the body which is shown here. It is here the regaining it will take place. Again it will regain, and hence we say that these are the we say animation regarding the stress. Next is, but we know that internal restoring force is equal to the applied force. How much is the applied force? And then again if you regain, that is nothing but your internal restoring force. Internal restoring force. And hence the next concept that we are going to know is we say stress is nothing but force per unit area. And here it is a force per unit area. Uh, and here stress is divided into three types: tensile stress, volume stress, and shearing stress. And hence we have the stress one type, that is tensile stress. And here the tensile stress can be explained, or tensile stress can be also be known as a longitudinal stress, as it related to the length. It is related to the length, and hence due to the application of force there is a change in the length of the body it will take place, and that is nothing but tensile stress. Force acting on the body per unit cross-section area when it is produces change in the length of the body is called tensile stress. Here it is, due to the application of the weight which is applied in the form of different slots, there is an extension which is produced in the body, that is nothing but tensile stress. But this is a elongation, or it will we say longitudinal stress which is applied on the body. Depends upon the how much stress it is applied in the form of force, in the form of weight. So here it is, tensile stress is nothing but applied force per cross-sectional area, and hence we are going to know about the tensile stress which is given by weight which is applied mg and cross-sectional area pi r square, as v seems to be considered the wire. So tensile stress is having the unit newton per meter square, or it is having the dimension which is given by m1 l raised to power minus 1 t raised to power minus 2, and hence we have the volume stress also. Here tensile is related to the we say length, such a same one, the volume it is related to the we say it is also known as bulk stress. It is related to the volume. So volume means here it is related to the pressure, amount of pressure applied on the body. Normal force means a pressure on per unit area. Normal force acting on a body per unit area is nothing but a pressure applied on that body when it produces change in the volume. Means a tensile stress related to the we say length, and volume, it is volume stress related to the volume. So seems to be considered here it is the pressure which is applied on the body, so that the compression it will takes place, the volume changes, and hence this term is known as bulk stress, or it is also known as volume stress. So this is volume stress. Related to that one, we have the formula for that one. Volume stress is equal to applied force per unit area, which is equal to change in pressure. Actually, due to the change in the pressure, it happens. There is a change in the volume, it will take place due to change in pressure. So volume stress is nothing but dP. So unit, once again we have the Newton per meter square, because we have the force per unit area is nothing but your pressure, and same dimension, that is m1 l raised to power minus 1 and t raised to power minus 2 related to the volume. Now we have the shearing stress. Now the shearing stress related to the change in the dimension or a shape of the body. So here it is tangential force. Obviously we are going to apply a tangential force so that there is a change in the shape of the body. Related to that one, lower body causes one sort of opposing force, that is frictional force, which is shown already. Tangential force acting on a layer of a body per unit area, due to which the shape of the body changes, is known as a shearing stress. How? It is already shown there. Here it is the tangential force which is applied, and a frictional force from the lower side which resists the body to move, and equal and opposite force causes change in the dimension of body, that is known as a shearing stress. And we have the formula for that one. Once again we have the applied force per unit area, that means F upon A is the general formula for this, and we have the same unit, that is Newton per meter square. What about the dimension? Same dimension, m raised to power 1, l raised to power minus 1, t raised to power minus 2. This is about the stress. And now once again, longitudinal or tensile means related to the length, volume or bulk stress related to the volume, and shearing changes the shape, means it related to the shape of the body. And we have the same formula, somewhat different we say concepts, that is in case of shearing stress we have the mg upon pi r square. In case of we say volume stress, it is change in the pressure, that is dp, and in case of shearing stress we have the force per unit area, that is f upon. Now we have the now change in the dimension. Stress related to the elongation or change in the shape or change in the volume, but here it is the change in dimension per unit original dimension, means exactly it is just a comparison in between changing the dimension per original dimension. This is nothing but your strain. So there are again we are going to classify, but before that one we have the formula, that is strain is equal to change in dimension upon original dimension. Here it is strain, it is of three types: tensile strain, volume strain, and shearing strain. So this is the classification regarding the test. That is, these are three types: tensile strain, volume strain, and shearing strain. So let us see one by one. We have the tensile strain. Once again, it is related to the length. So change in length upon original length. Change in length per unit original length of the body is known as a tensile stress. Obviously, seems to be considered L is the original length of any body before elongation which is produced. Here it is the elongation which is produced. Original length seems to be considered L. Small change in that length due to extension or due to external force seems to be considered a small l. So small l upon L is nothing but your tensile strain. Change in length upon original length is nothing but your tensile strain. So it is a ratio of similar quantity. so it doesn't possesses any unit. Okay, now we have the volume. Regarding volume, related to the volume, we have the strain. We can also term that as a bulk strain. So volume strain or bulk strain, change in the volume per unit volume, original volume we say, of the body is called as bulk strain, or it is also known as volume strain. So here it is, due to the application of force which is applied on a body per unit area is nothing but your, there is a change in the shape of the body, and that means volume, it will decrease due to application of external force. So once again, change in the volume upon original volume is nothing but your volume strain. It is the ratio of similar quantity change in the volume, that is denoted by the symbol dV. Original volume, it is indicated with a V. So don't possesses any unit. We have the shearing strain, but it is somewhat different because it change in the dimension, but due to the tangential force which is applied on the body. So it is a ratio of lateral displacement of the layer, because if the lateral pressure or lateral force it is applied, only the body upper part moves, that is lateral displacement of the layer to the fixed distance from the fixed layer. How? Let us see. This is the tangential force which is applied. Here it is. Here the tangential force which is applied in this direction. So the force which is acting on the upper part only, the lower part remains as it is. So here we have this concept. So we have the next, that is shearing strain, can be written as a lateral displacement of the layer due to the application of this force. There is a lateral displacement, it will take place, and from the distance from its fixed position, that we need to consider. Let us see the diagram to understand this one. Here, due to the application of this force, A shifted to A dash, B shifted to B dash, and there is a change in the shape of the body. So lateral displacement is A dash or BB dash, divided by distance from the original or distance from the fixed layer, that is AD. So A dash upon AD is nothing but your shearing strain. But this shearing strain can be also be expressed in terms of angle, that as we know that tan theta is nothing but front side to the adjacent side ratio. So A dash upon AD is nothing but your tan theta. This is about shearing strain, and this is about the classification of stress and strain, and the concept regarding the deformation, deforming force, and all other factor, that is elastic body and plastic body. So here it is the ending of this subtopic. Thank you.